Can Batman reclaim Gotham City from the clutches of Bane even if it costs him his life itself? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman issue number 82 and find out for ourselves, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the comic, the time for flowery dialogue, the time for talking is truly over. Bane and Batman agree to unmask and take their shirts off too to fight each other IRL. It's also in this moment too when Bane takes off his mask we realize his eyes are as red as hot coals. Say what? I always assumed the eyes on the mask were red because they were some kind of lens that he wore. His eyes haven't been red anywhere else in this series, have they? I'm not going crazy, and it can't be a Venom side effect. Because by all right, Venom should turn his eyes green, why Bane even willingly rips out his own Venom tube so they can fight each other with no help. Yes, you heard me correct, Bane rips out his own Venom tube, even though usually Batman ripping it out or cutting it in some fashion normally marks the end of a fight between these two. But hey, you know what, like everything in the Tom King Batman series up until this point, throw out all your preconceived notions and pre-established rules because you're not going to be needing any of them here. Also, despite Batman saying this would be a fair fight to the death with no gimmicks involved, he totally lied. Catwoman is helping him and he saved a couple batarangs. Our hero, everyone, our hero the cheater. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, can't Bane just use that super venom that we heard about in the last issue, the one that was meant for Gotham Girl? Well, he can't, and get this, it's because he ripped out his Venom tube. Catwoman tries to lampshade just how ridiculous this is by impersonating Batman during their conversation, saying Bane couldn't possibly be that stupid to rip out his Venom cord. Well, he did. And lampshading it doesn't make it any less stupid, especially when we stop and consider that up until this point, Bane has managed to control every minute detail in one of the most complicated villain schemes ever. And yet when it actually mattered the most, when it was go time, Bane is hoisted by his own petard and shoots himself in the foot. And honestly, if it seems like in this video I'm just getting caught up on a bunch of minor little details, I promise that if I didn't, this video would be about a minute long, because really all that happens in this issue is Bane and Batman play happy slaps with each other, all the while finishing each other's sentences in an argument that can basically be boiled down to Gotham's my city, it's my city, double it's my city. Only for strangest of all, Catwoman to actually swoop on in and say that they're both wrong and that Gotham doesn't belong to the man on the hill or the man from prison. Gotham belongs to her, Astray? Right, yeah, because this version of Catwoman has been such an every person since this story began, and you know, she has a real deep tie to the street. She's really slumming it, isn't she? I swear it's like every so often in this series, Catwoman has had to stop to remind us that she's actually very important to what's going on, despite the fact that we never actually see how important she is to anything. And with Catwoman's help, Batman is ultimately able to overpower Bane, and ooh, he just thinks about killing him for how far he's pushed him. He doesn't mention the whole murdering of Alfred thing. In fact, it's left up in the air if he's actually aware about what happened to the butler. Batman won't kill his most hated foe, Bane, but instead he will break his back because, you know, he's a big fan of poetic irony, don't you know, eh? Bane has only ultimately saved this fate by the late intervention of Thomas Wayne, the Flashpoint Batman, who despite not being able to shoot Damian, his grandson, only a few issues ago, puts 2 bullets in his own son. He then calls for the ventriloquist to bring out the psycho pirate like he was bringing out the Gimp, and it's on that point right there Batman 82 comes to a close. And so that was the comic, everyone, and you know what, say what you want about City of Bane, but it now officially has the rare distinction of both feeling like it's rushing to the ultimate conclusion and feeling like it's padding itself out too. This issue is really just a long, protracted fight scene between Batman and Bane that if you're like me, you're probably not going to care about because you've had no reason to invest in what's actually going on the page for a long time now. By far the most confounding thing is the continued involvement of the Thomas Wayne Batman. What does he want here? You'll recall back in The Button, all he wanted was for his son to stop being Batman. Now he's become Batman, attempted to resurrect his wife, and now he's attempted to kill his son. And again, they haven't bothered to explain, how did he start working with Bane? How did he survive the destruction of his universe? These are very important questions if we ever hope to understand this character's motivation, and with precious few issues left, I look forward to these questions continuing to go unanswered. Ultimately, I would give this one a 5 out of 10. It's still not the worst I've actually read in this series so far. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again. Just wanted to take a moment to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you're in the market for comic books right now, now, and I mean really, who isn't, you might want to check out my book depository link down in the description. It's no joke my favorite place to buy comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link, not only will you be getting yourself something nice, but you'll be helping out the channel a little bit while you do so. So, you win, I win, everybody wins, right? And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Bye-bye.